Hi everyone, my name is Serena. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, Happy New Year. It is 2021, finally, by 2020. I am so excited for the new year. No expectations. I have a few goals. I will share them with you in the next few days. But after 2020, I really don't have big wishes. Anyway, for today's video, I'm going to talk about my anticipated reads for 2021. Obviously, they're not all of them because not all of the releases are announced. I think most of these are coming out in the first half of the year. The second half of the year, the books are still unannounced. They will be announced later on in the year. These are only 7 books that I'm anticipating. There are a lot more that I'm interested in, but these are the books that really interest me. I never did a video before about this because I usually do not know what books are coming out. I'm not aware of the books that are coming out. This is the first time that I'm actually researching books and I am preparing myself. I'm only aware of the books that are coming out towards the end of the year when I've seen a lot of wrap-ups or a lot of book hauls, so I know which books are popular. So I am aware only then about the books that came out in 2020 and what books could interest me. In fact, a lot of books I haven't written down because I usually look at reviews, at what people are thinking first to see if a certain book may or may not be for me. These are books that I'm really interested based on synopsis and cover because there's in particular one cover that is absolutely gorgeous. A lot of 2021 covers are gorgeous, but this one is my favorite. You'll see. These are only 7 books. I like the number 7. For some reason, that number pops up to me frequently. But let's just begin. I don't know if these are in chronological order. I think not. But I'm going to tell you the dates when they come out. First off, we have Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. I loved The Hate U Give when it came out a few years ago. This book is a prequel to The Hate U Give, and it's about the father of Star, I think her name is Star, Maverick, and he is 17. He is a son of a gang leader, so he only knows that, so he becomes involved in that world, and all of a sudden he figures out that he's about to become a dad and he's trying to better himself, and it's about his story, which was briefly mentioned in The Hate U Give. This is going to go obviously more in depth about that, and I'm anticipating this book because I really love the first one. It comes out the 12th of January, so in a few days. The next book that I'm really anticipating is Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Malinda Lo. This comes out the 19th of January, so far we are on January, and I think this cover is cute, but what most intrigues me is the synopsis. This is a love story between 2 women. It is set in San Francisco in 1954, and America in that period was not a safe place for 2 girls to fall in love, of course, especially not in Chinatown. Red Scare paranoia threatens everyone, including Chinese Americans like Lily. So one of them is Chinese American. So I'm really interested. I love when stories have a historical event. So I'm actually learning about stuff. I never knew about this Red Scare. So I'm actually interested about learning more about that, and obviously I want to read more books with characters in the LGBTQ plus community, so I'm really interested in this book. Obviously I'm interested in all of these. Duh. Let's talk about my favorite cover so far, and between all of these, my favorite cover is the cover of The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan Hay. I think you pronounce it Hay, I don't know, but this cover, isn't it absolutely beautiful? I love it. This is a science fiction fantasy. It's young adult. It comes out on the 4th of May 2021, and it's about this character called C who awoke on an abandoned island 3 years ago With no idea of how she was marooned, she only has a rickety house, an old android, and a single memory. She has a sister, and C needs to find her. Sounds interesting to me. The next book that I want to talk about is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I read Red, White, and Royal Blue this year, and I mean, it was okay. I liked it. It was good, but I wasn't absolutely in love with it like a lot of people were. I gave it 3 stars. So I don't know why this is, well, I know why this is one of my most anticipated reads. This comes out on June 1st, 2021, and it's about this character called August who lives in New York City. She meets this character named Jane, dazzling, charming, mysterious, impossible Jane. Jane with her rough edges and swoopy hair and soft smile, showing up in a leather jacket to save August's day when she needed it the most. August's subway crush becomes the best part of her day, but pretty soon she discovers there's one big problem. Jane doesn't just look like an old school punk rocker, she's literally displaced in time from the 1970s. So it's time travel, but time travel in the 1970s? I love the 1970s. So yeah, that's why it's one of my most anticipated reads. Next on this list, I have a thriller, which is odd. It's odd because I never read thrillers before October, but as you will see in my goals video, I want to read more thrillers, and this sounds interesting. It is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. It comes out July 6th. It's November 1991. George H.W. Bush is in the White House, Nirvana is in the tape deck, and movie-obsessed college student Charlie Jordan is in a car with a man who might be a serial killer. Josh Baxter, the man behind the wheel, is a virtual stranger to Charlie. They met at the campus ride board, each looking to share the long drive home to Ohio. Both have good reasons for wanting to get away. For Charlie, it's the guilt and grief over the murder of her best friend, who became the 3rd victim of the man known as the campus killer. For Josh, it's to help care for his sick father, or so he says. So I don't know, maybe it's like a mystery if the person who is driving the car is the campus killer or not. I don't know, it sounds interesting to me. The 6th book, I think it's the 6th book, is Island Queen by Vanessa Riley. This comes out on July 6, 2021. Yo, this turned out to be in chronological order. I think the last book, my most anticipated, like number 1, most anticipated, it comes out earlier than that, but that's cool. This is an historical novel based on the incredible true life story of Dorothy Kirwan Thomas, a free woman of color who rose from slavery to become one of the wealthiest and most powerful landowners in the colonial West Indies. That sounds amazing. Last book and my number 1 anticipated read, which is kind of basic. You know what this is. This is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yeah, I absolutely love The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six. So obviously this is my number 1. I have to read her other books. I really do, because this may be one of my favorite authors. I don't know. This comes out the 25th of May. Cannot wait. And I believe this takes place on one day. So we have Evelyn Hugo, who tells her entire life in the book, in The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and then this book takes place in one day. I found that interesting. But this is set in the 80s, in 1983. I love that time. I don't know what, I just love that time. It's the day of Nina Riva's annual end of summer party, and anticipation is at a fever pitch. Everyone wants to be around the famous Rivas: Nina, the talented surfer and supermodel, brothers Jay and Hud, one a championship surfer, the other a renowned photographer, and their adored baby sister Kit. Yada yada yada. By midnight, the party will be completely out of control. By morning, the Riva mansion will have gone up in flames. But before that, the alcohol will flow, the music will play, and the loves and secrets that shape this family's generation will all come bubbling to the surface. Yo, I'm really interested in this one. Hopefully it's good. I would be so disappointed if this is not good. So yeah, those are all of my most anticipated reads so far, like right now. I'm sure there are going to be others, but these are my top 7 at the moment. And tell me, what are your most anticipated reads down below? I'd love to know. I want to learn more about what books are coming up. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye!